And welcome back to the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and we are fortunate to have on the line with us the difference maker for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers on the fall football side of things for 2021. That is none other than Jawon Pass. How you doing, my man, and welcome to the show.
I'm good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, we're glad that you were able to make yourself available. It's no doubt about it that the Panthers are having a pretty special season thus far, and you are a part of a big moving piece at the quarterback position. Before we get into that, Brother Pass, if you don't mind sharing with PV Nation, how did you end up at Prairie View?
I ended up at Prairie View once I transferred from my last school, and I entered the transfer portal. Coach Dooley, we actually know some mutual people, and the people that we know got in contact with me first for Coach Dooley, and then I reached out to Coach Dooley and the coaching staff after they called for me, and they started recruiting me, and we went from there. And I just ended up choosing to come here.
Okay. Now, was it anything in particular about Prairie View that lured you away? It's no secret. You're coming from a Power 5 program. You're going to an FCS program. And there are a lot of stereotypes that come with it, some true, some untrue, and some are fair and some are unfair. What were some of the deciding factors that said, you know what, I'm going to give Prairie View a try?
Really just the opportunity. Like I said, once Coach Dooley started recruiting me, he was just straight to the point. He told me his intentions. He didn't hold anything back. So this was the best opportunity for me to come and play immediately right away and help the team win right away.
Okay. So when you first come on the campus at Prairie View, was there a culture shock for you as far as the size of the campus, the location of the campus, or was it all taken in stride?
No, it was all taken in stride. I'm familiar with this type of culture, so it wasn't a culture shock. But it was all taken in stride, and I can't complain.
Okay, so you come in, you meet your teammates, guys are looking at you, you're looking at guys. When did you first get the sense and the feel that this is going to be a good fit?
I knew from the first day, like literally the first day when I met some of my teammates, they were some receivers, and that first day we met, like we put some work in together. We threw routes together, so I knew then that the hard work was going to pay off down the line, and then right now it's starting to pay off.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking with Jawon Pass of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Panthers on the verge of trying to secure the Western Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference where they could advance to the SWAC championship game. And right now, that opponent is slated to be Jackson State. Now, Jawon, with everything that has taken place, does it seem like things were moving fast to you, or was it just coming in and business as usual as far as you're preparing for games and actually game play?
I got here this summer, so that gave me an opportunity to catch up on things as far as like the playbook and just learning my teammates, learning my coaches. So once camp started, I'd say after the first maybe week of camp, I started to feel comfortable and things started to slow down for me. So I picked up on things pretty fast, but it also took work for me to pick up on things also.
Okay. Now, what would you say was the greatest hurdle for you to get over as far as learning Coach Dooley's system and the way things are done at Prairie View versus to where you come from at Lewisville?
Like I said, after those, like during camp, like it wasn't really no hurt. Like after the first week, after the first few days of camp, I was already comfortable. So it wasn't really no hurdle. If anything, just getting to know my personnel, my different receivers, O-linemen, getting to know my players and getting to know my coaches and just learning how they want things done, how things are done, how we practice. Because it's a difference for sure, but after, like, all it took was a few practices maybe after the first week of camp, and I was comfortable with that.
Okay. Now, you comfortable with the way and like the time maybe that practices are held and some of the routines that you're dealing with?
Yeah, right. Just the habit, just learning how this team moves compared to where I was at previously.
Okay. And how does that team move compared to where you were previously?
It's not that much. I mean, it's a difference, but it's all the same at the end of the day. It's all, college football, so business, it all had to be handled the same way, but it's just a few different things for, I say, like the practice schedule, the type of practices we have on different days, the lift schedule throughout the week. So it's small differences. Basically, the schedule is the biggest difference, is how we move, but it's all the same at the end of the day.
See, at the end of the day, football is going to still be football no matter where you play it, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, with you being able to visit some of the historical sites in college football, is there any particular site that you visited thus far that stood out more to you than others? As far as like the stadium, the atmosphere, location.
One thing I say, Clemson, that's the loudest. Clemson is the loudest stadium I played in by far. At nighttime, especially primetime game, Clemson and Notre Dame. They got a unique stadium and campus. They very historic up there. It's a Catholic school, so that was interesting to me also. So those two are some that stood out.
Okay, and so far with your SWAC journey, are there any particular institutions that stand out to you that's kind of unique for you to play in?
Not really, because a lot of our games this year were at neutral sites, and besides the home game, we only played at maybe like two or three other stadiums. But one thing, we was in Mississippi last week. We got a chance to go to a museum, a civil rights museum. So that opened my eyes. That was unique to me. Just realizing how things were in Mississippi a long time ago, but I wouldn't say no specific stadium stood out so far.
Okay, very good. Once again, we're talking with Jawon Pass of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Panthers looking for the top seed in the Western Division. And Jawon, as a student athlete, we always dream of playing in the big game, playing for the championship. What would this mean to you as a student athlete, as a teammate, and as a leader to be able to lead this program to a potential SWAC championship appearance?
It would mean a lot. It would be special because at the end of the day, that's what I came here to do. So for me to be able to be in position to do that, it just mean a lot, and I'm glad I could be a part of it, and I'm glad I can help make history for this university and, win it all. So it'll mean a lot. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do.
Okay, and of course, there's the magic question. Man, does Pass have any more eligibility after this season? So I'm going to ask you this question now, sir, and that answer would be?
Yes.
Yes. And I guess the next part of that question is, what would it take to secure you at Prairie View for yet another year?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna keep going with the flow, and I had to make my decisions soon. But as of now, I'm not sure.
Okay, you're gonna ride the wave.
Ride the wave. See,
that sounds good enough to me. Now let me ask you this, Jawon. You all have heroes or who you try to mimic your game behind. Who would you say your style of play is like and why, as far as quarterbacking goes?
Maybe I would say Kyle Allen, Cam Newton type, and mainly because of one of the main things is because of my size. I would compare myself to those guys because they're a bigger type quarterback, but they still can make the necessary throws. They mobile. They could run if they have to. So I would compare myself to those type guys.
Okay. The impact player that can do what needs to be done at any given situation. I can throw it when I need to, or I can tuck it and run and get the necessary yard that's needed.
Right.
Okay. Now, when you talk about people of influence in your life, who would be the person of influence or persons of influence in your life, and why?
I got a few, but I just say my mom, my grandma. They there with me. My dad, they been there with me through every step. I talk to them almost every day, if not every other day. So I got to give them a lot of credit for influencing me and just me being who I am today. So I say my mom, grandma.
Okay, very good. And for those who might not be aware, what is your major?
Physical education, but I'm a grad student, so I already have a degree in sports administration.
Right.
But
so you're getting your master's in PE.
Right.
Okay, very good. Now, Jawon, if you were to say your experience at Prairie View for this fall 2021 season, if you had a sentence or a paragraph to summarize it, how would you summarize it?
Man, it's been awesome, man. The main thing that's making it awesome is winning. We winning games, so when you winning, everyone's happy, and that's what I came here to do. So it's been awesome. I can't complain. The life outside of football is awesome. I just get love from everybody. My teammates, they all love me. I love them back, coaches. I can't complain. I'm glad I came here. It's been a great experience, and it's also different for me because I never went to a HBCU or I never played for one. So my experience has been great. Like I can't complain at all about nothing.
Okay, so if you were giving some advice to a young student athlete that's listening to this, whether they're male or female, and let's see if you could sell Prairie View in particular or HBCUs, what would you say are the advantages for a young African-American student athlete to attend an HBCU or in the case of Prairie View?
I would just say it's a different opportunity. Like it's a great opportunity for you to really exceed, like on and off the field. I would just tell them to consider it. Like definitely consider it. It's a great experience just going to a HBCU. It's a lot of history behind it. So I would tell them to just consider it, and that's mainly it. Because at the end of the day, I'm the type. I'm the type I understand people you're gonna do what you got to do. But I would just mainly just stress to them to really consider it, because it's a good opportunity to meet a lot of people and to fulfill your dreams at whatever sport you play. So, and it's a great university, Prairie View, to be exact. It's a great university. So I would definitely tell them it's a good spot to come.
Okay, now I'm about to have a little fun with you, man. And I know everybody that plays football or sports, they think they got some Madden skills. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I already think I know the answer to this. What's your Madden skill level, man?
I ain't gonna lie, I play quarterback, so I be really picking defenses apart. So I got to give myself a 10. I'm pretty good. Okay.
Now, do you have a particular team that you like to play with?
No, that's the thing. I play with different teams every day. I just play with anybody. I can play with any team.
So you'll let an old man like me pick my team?
Or pick your team? Pick my team. Yeah, you can pick my team.
And you feel like you'll take me to the woodshed?
Right. You hit it on the head.
Oh, my goodness, young man. Well, I don't know if you know, there was a game called Atari, and they had one button. And all I'm going to say is this, my man. All the multiple buttons that you have on Xbox and PlayStation, I'm the reason that those buttons came. Because, I took care of business with anyone at any time. All I can say is, where was eSports when I was coming around? Because you talking about taking care of business, but we might have to put that to the test sooner rather than later. What you think?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, sir. And I'll let you pick my team as well.
All right.
Well, look, my man, I really thank you for taking the opportunity for us to get to know you, for PV Nation to get to know you. And we have a little special piece that we do here on the network. And we'd like to give you some closing thoughts and comments if you would have anything that you'd like to share.
I just say, man, I love PV Nation, man. I'm glad everyone's embracing me. I'm glad I ended up here, and let's just keep winning. Let's just handle this business, the rest of this business that we got to handle. That's all.
Well, I'm in total agreement with you, my man. Let's handle this business. And look, let's go ahead and see you all the way through that you get your master's program with that other year of eligibility in that purple and gold. How that sound?
That sounds good.
All right, Jawon Pass of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, getting things done on and off the field, on the hill. We want to thank you guys for joining in with us on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Of course, we come to you each and every day with some news that you could use. We thank you for joining in with us, and until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.